Okay, so I'm just gonna, I guess that colony at the end there doesn't look like the queen ever made it back. We've been having shitty weather, so any of the mating flights would have been extremely windy and pretty cool. I'm also noticing they're kicking out some drones. So what I'm gonna do, I'll do a quick check to see if the queen's in there. If she's not, if they didn't produce a queen, what I'll do is I'm just gonna shake the bees off on the plywood there, and then I'm gonna pull that box out. I'm gonna run. This is my good yard, so I've got 2 nooks coming tomorrow. Tomorrow night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a double nook set up here, let them run for a couple of weeks, and then I'll add a second box. Or actually, I'm gonna add an adapter so I can put the my honey supers on. So hopefully they're strong nooks, and I can do that. That's the goal. So I will do a quick check on these 2 here, just check the queen and the brood rates. So yeah, the goal is to shake the bees out of that far one there. No point wasting valuable resources, and the worker bees will probably just fly to one of the other boxes, and the drones, because there was a drone layer in there, so there's a lot of drones. There's probably 50-50 at least. So I don't want to transfer all those drones to another colony, because it's just a drain on resources, especially with the hard spring we've been getting. So anyways, I'll do that, and then we'll get going. I'm actually going to start with the other inspections first, and then do the shake. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Okay, so let's have a look. Oops, there's money. There's some pollen and some nectar in there. It's a nice honey frame, so no worries about them starving. Okay. So let's hope the queen. This is one of the introduced queens, so she seemed to be part of the colony not too long ago. So this is a drone frame, so lots and lots of drones, and so it's a nectar frame, and so yeah, so let's hope. I see some brood there, so something's laying. So yeah, hopefully it recovers. That's a brood, looks fine. There's eggs. There's emerging worker bees. Let's see this side. There's the queen. She doesn't have a retinue there, but she looks fairly vigorous. Just I don't want to mess her. She's in the bottom of the frame, on the edge. I'll let her go on the side of the frame. So that's one brood frame. Okay, so this one seems pretty good. And so there's a growing nest, a decent egg pattern, some larvae. It's good. Not trying to supersede or anything like that, which is good. So you've got nectar and pollen here, little brood nest here. So as the population grows, they should start expanding this. So that's decent. And what they need is a boost of worker bees, because that's what they're low on. So I'm just gonna put that like this. And I'm gonna pick this up gently. Just make sure the queen is not in a dangerous, precarious location. I'm gonna move this over. Last thing I want to do is roll the queen. And that's it for this colony. So they've got what they need. They've got some nectar, pollen, some brood. I'm just gonna take this off. It's just a hassle to have it on. So let's put this back on. And I'll probably add a bit of sugar syrup in there. They haven't been drinking this syrup here, so might as well not waste it. There's some floaty things in there, but that's okay. Okay. There's one recovering colony. Usually I bring some blue towels and vinegar to clean out these feeders. So this one here is kind of moldy, so I will see if I can find a blue towel. I think I have some in the car. I didn't find any, but I found some toilet paper, which is good, and a Ziploc to make the garbage. So I'm just going to clean some of the mold off, the old syrup, just to give it a quick clean, and then I'll add some of that syrup. Okay. Don't think wood fibers is bad for them, so let's just get rid of this. A decent looking colony. Let's see how they're doing. Okay. Fairly empty frame. A lot more worker bees in this one, which is good. A bit of pollen. Yeah, they'll do good with a bit of feed, so not much there, just a brood frame. minutes, and I guess the goal is to see what the brood pattern looks like now, see what the ratio of worker to drones is. Again, lots of drones. A bit light on resources, and that's the challenge with not having a healthy queen. I will attempt to get a Saskatraz queen there, but it might take a little bit before I can get it going. Okay, they are calmer than before, which is good. And this is where you'll see the pattern. Lots of drones. Not many workers left. So there are eggs in the cells, but are they worker or drone? I'm not sure. And yeah, it's time for the queen to go. Last year my goal was to replace all my queens, but I had some issues with them, so hence the reason I had to reuse some old queens. Too bad drones don't know how to forage, and they could probably keep the nest warm, but that's about it at this time of year. Don't see many young bees. There's a couple, so she still has some sperm, but probably not much. And it might be better just to get rid of this colony too. So if I do find the queen, I'll probably pinch her, and there's enough bees here that I can just merge it with the next one. I'll just use the newspaper method. That's the mission. Find the queen, get rid of her. There's the queen. Oop, I just dropped her. Okay, so I've got the queen here. I don't like doing this, but it's obvious by this colony that this queen is on her way out, so I must do the deed. So she's got poor pheromones, so I'm just gonna pinch her and get her. Okay, queenless colony now. So tomorrow I will merge this with this colony here. You can see there's about a frame of bees here, maybe a bit more, but not worth keeping. A nice resource frame, hence the reason I want to keep some of these frames to boost some other colonies up. Okay, so I just tilted the plywood up so the bees, especially the worker bees, the drones will probably won't be allowed to get in, but the worker bees will probably be accepted, especially the workers. So, and then what I'm gonna do, like I said, is take this colony here that I made queenless, and I'm just gonna do newspaper method on top of this queenright colony, and then it should boost the population up. And I'll run it as a double nook for a while, or I guess a two-story nook, and then I'll probably move it into a single box once they've settled in a couple of weeks. So in a nutshell, that's what I'm gonna do. When I've got the old box up here, I'll just take a frame of that, replace the styrofoam, and Bob's your uncle. So what I did is I also shifted them over a bit so that the bees, because you can see that this one here is the same color as the one up there. So any worker bees will slowly make their way into it, and so hopefully not too many of the workers die, and hopefully they can help make this yard finally productive. Because the nectar flow, so I'd say if I can get a decent single going in the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, it should be able to give me some honey, which is good. And then I'll have a perfect spot here for my double nook. So, and that's a true double nook. So it'll be two queenright nooks side by each, and I will stack them up. A second 6-frame box on top of each, and then I'll put a queen excluder adapter on top of all that.